Good evening, for Enterprise fans, and welcome to the third stop on Kain's Redemption Tour. My name is Garen, one of your commentators tonight, joined here in the booth with Harumph, our restreamer, Aaron, our tracker, and Patasia on my other side doing the commentary. All right, Patasia.
How we doing tonight? This is, this flag set has had some history in the past week for community races. Looking forward to a fantastic follow-up race with, Kane's Revenge flags right now. Or, I'm sorry, not Revenge, his Redemption Tour. I need to correct myself there.
It might be revenge depending on how this turns out tonight. You never know. Yeah, if you were here to see last week's races, I would recommend going and watching them to see some very unique pain that was inflicted on our runners, and we're hoping for more of the same tonight up here in the booth. So the objectives tonight, there are five of them. They're static, no matter when we're coming to do this. We've got to get Rosa, beat Golbez, defend Fabul, complete the Tower of Zot, and complete the Sealed Cave. All locations that kind of featured Kain involved in them.
That's right. We take the original story and say Kane is going to go visit all of his points of requiring some sort of redemption and doing it with his best buddies. No third wheel here. Get Rosa. We're going to have Cecil as the other character that's around, and then we're doing the world tour.
Yeah, we'll see how much of the world we end up touring, because, depending on how this goes, maybe it isn't required that they visit the moon tonight. The key items in this particular case, they are only on the main summon in the moon, so there could be some key items up there, but maybe this is required.
Yeah, it'd be kind of nice if nothing was required on the moon, but you never know. Of course, no black mages here, so no warp glitch, so we're going to be doing the sealed cave no matter what. But then Earth Crystal, so we're looking really for Earth Crystal, and then the Luca key are the two key items we're really hoping to see. Of course, our underground access and moon access, we do eventually have to beat Zeromus as well in order to get the crystal. So lots to do, lots of points kind of relatively early in the game. Until about the halfway point. It's all about that Kain equipped early on, isn't it?
Right, because Cecil starting out is not going to be very good as a DKC, and you need to go through ordeals to get him online. And last week, there was quite a bit of rudeness at the ordeal spot to get him online.
Absolutely.
And, depending on where Rose is, Rose is only required to be in one spot in this game. It could be the moon, it could be the giant, you don't know. Last few seeds I saw were fairly generous. She was in lots of places. See how this goes. Here's our Kain starting out with Cecil. And we get a Baron key with a very easy boss facing us.
That's tempting, if for no other reason than that's a lot of experience that's available very, very early, and certainly some treasures that have higher value than you can normally access. So I don't know. Am I crazy in thinking that's tempting to just knock off right away?
The only thing I would say against that is you probably have to walk it out after getting through that first boss, and that's going to take a lot of time just because of how long the sewers are, and everybody runs in reverse very well. And you probably want at least one good Kain weapon to make it at least somewhat passable if you can find the second boss out. We're going to see one of our runners go to the Watery Pass and try to fish out some loot from there. And someone else is trying out the Castle Emblem, which often has a lot of nice goodies on it, but also is trap chests that I can get through right away. Summon drop for Kain. Awesome.
Does a random Zeus gauntlet in the Watery Pass there, so that's always nice to see. It's what limit 7, tier 7, or
there is no limit tonight. It's T Wildish. There could be crystal swords, I think, in certain places.
That's the dream, isn't it? That does kind of necessitate almost immediately wanting to get that Cecil activated if you can. But we still need something for Kain, really, to get this rolling.
What, the Spear isn't good enough for you?
No, and I say this unironically to every one of these Spear fans that are out there. Spear is not on my list of top 10 weapons for Kain. My apologies.
I didn't even realize he had more than 10 weapons on his list. Okay.
I know, that's stretching, right? Like, maybe.
We got a little bit of a look at the
Ooh.
backup pass.
Korgs did just pull a Gungnir out of the left side of the tower. Oh, and a White Lance as well, I think.
And a heroin rope for Rosa when she shows up. Okay, Evelyn Castle's loaded today. Party bow. Okay, Rosa's really gonna be online.
Keep in mind, we do have a bit of a minor boss hunt that we have to keep in the back of our minds. We do have to eventually find Golbez, because we do have to clear all of the objectives, and Golbez is on our list of comedians that we need to take out today.
Yes, and possibly the Demas too, depending on what happens to be hiding with Rydia's mom. And I think to answer the question, I believe Korgs did find all 3 of the monster boxes because he is not trying to safety save the equipment he's already got.
Ooh, that was a Mura as well. Not that we're going to be finding an edge anywhere, but that's nice money at some point.
Yeah, well, normally we like to sell the crystal swords if we find them, but this time we're selling all the Hanzo steel we find. And Korgs is out of Castle Eblin and is going to be making his way over to the Mount Hobbs location. And we know Rosa can't be here, but it's still a boss hunt spot, and you don't want to forget it because even though it's early and most people check it, you don't want to lose because you forgot to check this spot. Mary is going into the Antlion cave and showing us some chests that don't often get hit. Samurai arrows is nice to find.
I think Fiery Blizzard took our discussion in chat and is like, this is a personal challenge.
Well,
hey, Mylan Z with that White Lance, he should melt.
Well, it's going to be a leap and a one-shot.
And that's only going to be good for experience. No duplicate Cecils here.
And there's a Stardust Rod. I think it's going to get sold for some nice cash.
This is the worst thing about knowing that your party is limited. You're finding all the fantastic gear for not appearing in the seed characters.
Well, you know, the seed knows. We're probably going to find at least a half dozen pieces of Hanzo steel. We're going to be finding Stardust Rods everywhere, Sork robes, yeah, rune rings, tons of stuff we can't use.
See, at least we know that, Rosa can equip some of that stuff, but a lot of that stuff now.
Yeah, well, again, with the heroin robe, we aren't really wanting the Sork robes and the rune ring until probably just the Z fight or something like that. We find that there's an Ashura sitting here at the Antlion cave. Not a very rude spot to see her, especially if on Korg's side that Kain may have enough power to just simply one-shot with that White Spear. And the Magma Key is here, so this is underground access.
And Stupid Sexy Flanders had the same thought that I had. Oh, but he turned random encounters on. Just for the heck of it. But, I don't know. Back attack is not fun here.
Yeah, I mean, he could run away, because, I mean, we don't have can't run on, so, if you don't like the encounter you get, just run away and try it another day. Korgs also has his Magma Key. We'll see if he will dive into the underground right away, or do some other searches first. Excuse me. Ooh, Vanilla D-Mist again.
That is always interesting. So Dave is the first one to find Vanilla D-Mist. It'll be interesting to see how long, yeah.
He'd have to. He's the one who's the Vanilla King.
Next time I go to Baskin Robbins, I'm going to ask them for 2 scoops of Dathis and see if they know what I'm going to get.
Hopefully they don't have a ice cream that sounds like that. That's a little bit disgusting. Some places like to do dirt ice cream. I don't know. Oh, there's a hook.
Now, our Rosa could be there. That is another spot that I feel kind of compelled to check right at the moment.
Also a nice black belt shirt for that Kain. Get him online. First rings for sale here. Sells 10 karate shirts. And a few other things, and we'll get the money for that cursed ring.
Flanders continues memeing, by the way, giving that Soma drop to Kain so that he has MP.
Yes, let's see if Plumeria follows another meme by giving us our job dwarf. Yep, musical instrument technician looks like.
That was a ninja hat as well, which is nice to see. And I did see a protect ring there on Flanders' side in the Watery Pass, or in the Barren Sewers, that you don't normally see that particular chest open.
Yeah, no, someone's telling us in chat also that Korgs saw Rosa in the bed, so if we find a sand ruby, that's the easy way to get Rosa. Korgs is checking out the Silvira shop, finds that there's lives here. Also buys some Ether 2s, probably for prep for that Z fight. Also gives Kain some MP.
I tell you, if there's one thing that unites this community, it is our love of memes. Our community memes are something that you can pry from our cold, dead, old arthritis fingers at this point in time.
That sounded unusually dark.
I'm just making an old joke.
When I get there, I'll maybe understand it a bit better, but our tracker is telling us that he is anti-meme. Okay. Plumeria is diving the Fame Arch, probably for the freebie item here. Bomb is in the second fight of Baron Inn. That's not fun to see here, because that's going to be very punchy. Gathos will reset out of that. We know about the anti-harp stuff. I mean, there's a whole group for that, the Harp Faders Anonymous. Meetings every Monday night at 8 o'clock, apparently.
Also, you can't say you're part of Harp Faders Anonymous if you're announcing that you're anti-harp. You're no longer anonymous, so, you know.
I mean, Harump is probably still a pseudonym, right?
On the internet, your pseudonym is your real name. Like, I've met, when we had, when JohnCon was hosted, for example, I don't think I used a single real name that entire weekend, and everyone still responded.
I'm pretty sure we all knew what John's name was.
Shh. Details.
Meanwhile, we see a Pale Dim over here in the second spot of Baron Castle. Not too bad with the White Spear, I don't think. Because back row Kain, rocking at the Dutes because jump doesn't trigger it.
More than that, with Greg Boone armor, that he's not taking any damage.
No, so I mean, Flanders has this, and we'll see if it pays off with the Rosa, because she can be here.
This is a very aggressive play. I really like this play from Flanders.
see that Korgs is taking on the Baron Guards in the back row spot. Also not the worst place to see them. Flanders is through that Pale Dim.
Did we happen to see what was in the Feymarch freebie? It doesn't look like it was a key item. Just Cecil, duplicate Cecil in Baron.
Yeah, so hopefully there's a nice key item out of here for Flanders for taking the time. Like maybe a Sand Ruby?
Oh, it was darkness. Okay, well...
Oh yeah, there it is. I see it lit up now.
Meanwhile, Korgs is on the final fight. Oh, that's important. That's the Luca key. That is one of our objectives, to complete the sealed cave. So I got to imagine most of our runners are going to check that out before too long, but Flanders has a nice little edge, got a lot of great levels on Kain, and really is getting this thing rolling here. Korgs, meanwhile, does find another Scoop of Dathis with the Legend Sword up on Mount Ordeals.
And finds a Bahamut sitting there in the mirror because apparently Cecil's demon this time is the King of the Summons. And we find that there's a CPU in the Fabul defense. Probably a little bit faster for Flanders than for Plumeria, just because of the levels that was on that Kain of Flanders. Plumeria tried a Grimoire. This could be bad.
Yeah, didn't quite get the high roll there. That's no bueno.
And also only has one life pot because I don't think they give them to you in the kit here. Yeah, Flanders has the big orb down. Trying to kill Cecil for some reason. I don't quite understand why.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure either, other than not wanting to get levels and waste time on seeing XP go, but then you're wasting time swinging, so
Yeah, and it's like
Yeah.
Cecil's gonna get re-lifed right here anyways. Just to start us right off of that, so this is no help. Alright, Plumeria did recover that CPU fight. Seeing some versions of the inventory boss starting to show up on screen. Let's see. Flanders buys a whole bunch of Cure 3 pots.
Sheila 1 was just the spoon. I mean, another key item to add to the pile, but nothing special.
Yeah, that's a bit of French vanilla in this case, since normally it's on Sheila 2. Our restreamer is pointing out that DKC could be an anchor. It'd be a bit of an interesting choice to do that, but it does work. Yes, inventory boss is undefeated in the history of Free Enterprise.
This is true. No one has managed to defeat the inventory boss. You can only delay it.
I mean, I guess if you're on a seed that has T money and S empty or something like that, then it's not a problem, but that's kind of unusual.
That's not defeating the inventory boss. That's dodging the inventory boss. That's like Hey, if Golbez shows up in a non-required seed and he's in this cave somewhere, like you dodge it, you don't beat it.
Earth Crystal is from the Baron Inn, so that's another of our required items.
So that's both of our required items that we know where they're at. We're a Golbez and a Rosa away from go mode already.
Yep, and I don't think anyone's checked Lunar Dice yet, although we have a couple Darkness Crystals out there now. So, I mean, if Rosa's somewhere fairly easy to get, this could be down to just it's a Golbez hunt. We're only 20 minutes in.
Yeah, and it's not like, there's a few spots that we've been looking for a Rosa, say on the moon or in an Earth Crystal spot where there's two shots at it.
Yeah, but the Earth Crystal, just it seems for memes, has to be either Kain holding Cecil hostage or the vice versa.
Yeah, it could work that way, I suppose.
Well, it kind of has to if it's not Rosa.
Yeah.
I've never seen the same character holding themselves hostage on that particular spot.
Is that even possible?
I don't know. Someone in chat will probably tell us, though.
I think if it's possible, we would see it in this seed, if at all. Hey, how do we like Bacchus wines available up on the moon, by the way?
Yeah, I always knew those little areas are a bunch of drunks. Alright, so Plumeri is going to give us our first look at the dais, see if we have the Rosa here. A little light show. And no. That's a DKC.
Another half Lunarian.
Okay, yeah, I guess if it's only one character in the seed, then it has to be that. It's not, but if there's more than one available, I'm thinking... Okay. Whereas going to run right back down towards the Earth again. Waves to Dathis on the way up to the moon. Two whales crossing in the night. Landers has the information about that Rosa sitting in the bed. It's interesting that Bacchus is paired up with life pots. It seems there's a reason for that.
Well, at this point, I mean, we're setting ourselves up for a fairly jetty seed. I gotta think that we're getting set up to maybe do some life glitching here before long. We already have a fairly kitted out Kain and Cecil, and we have the stuff for a pretty kitted out Rosa. All we need is levels, and we have the Bacchus wines to get through just about everything else. So, yeah, I think the life potions just getting ready to set up some life glitches here before long.
Anders finds the D-Mist. We'll find out about this hook in just a moment. And we'll see if Landers will decide to dive the hook and check for that character spot.
We've not seen anyone actually check that, have we?
No, but I think only on stream, only Dathis actually has it out of the Forerunners. And now Flanders has the hook. As Cores will get the news about the trash can not really holding value this time around. Flanders also sees the cursed ring and says, "Yes, please." Tells a whole bunch of vampires to get it. Let's look in the basement, see if there's a freebie here.
I see a
Uh,
sparkle. That's usually the opposite of a freebie.
ooh. Well, we know what the witch burn is. It's not a very nasty one this time around. Just venom. Much less painful than something like, let's say, a hug. Although it will possibly keep you from actually berserking your characters on Wyvern, which might be a bit of a pain.
Yeah, that does make it a little bit difficult. Not something super free that we were hoping for, like, say, retreat or explode.
Well, we just have to hope that maybe it isn't required. Which actually, the only way it can be is if it is holding an item that is exactly blocking Golbez. There are not a lot of key items that can do that at this point. Just the tower key, the package, and harp, I believe.
So, knowing what our runners know at 24 minutes in, what's your mindset going into this race? Knowing that really we're in a Golbez and levels hunt at this point in time, and that's it.
Well, I mean, I would be looking for sirens around here somewhere if in the shops. But it isn't like we're gonna have sirens unless they're underground somewhere. We haven't checked all the shops underground yet, but looking for sirens, looking for easy bosses, but might be in... Oh, here's Rosa. With an Antlion sitting in the second spot of the hook route. Here's
Yeah,
an
we got
interesting question.
no sirens on.
Oh, that's no sirens. Okay, forgot about that one. So, interesting question. Do you dive the hook route and see what the first boss is here while you're here?
Maybe. I'm strongly considering it. I'm not happy about it, but I am at least considering it.
Yeah, I mean, this is the case of it's a 1 in, what are we down to about 24, 25-ish boss check. It's unlikely to pay off, but on the slim chance that Golbez is exactly there, if you don't do it now, you're going to come back later.
Tell you what, I no sirens is one thing, but seeing those hourglasses, that makes it all worthwhile, because hourglasses on something like the warrior chest, yeah, that can give you quite a bit of experience. Just keep killing bosses and hoping to tick off key item checks. Hoping you get up to the 10 key item mark. If not, then you still have quite a few levels, and then you can start doing those warrior chests and other trap chests in the Sylph Cave, just to kind of get yourself set up at a reasonable pace.
No, they might end up running across 1 or 2 sirens in the chest because they can still hold them. I know the one state I ran last Friday, there was a siren, and I'm pretty sure I took that to the moon and did 1 set of gold dragons because they're hourglasses. So Dathis did not opt to check the hook route to see if there was a Golbez down here. And it looks like Korg's not going to do that either. Mary is checking out the Dwarf Castle, seeing what we have here. Imps, okay. They've apparently decided that blowing up the dwarves from the cannon is not for them, they're just going to do it directly.
Oh, that's a nice high roll there. Wow, Plumeria.
Found sword for Kain in this treasury. Moon Veils? Lassad?
That was a nice treasury. I would rate that solid 8 out of 10. Keeping it from the top spot really is any sort of holy weaponry at this point.
Looks like we also had a Rosa down here in the Dwarf Castle, so she is apparently available in more places than just one. Anders is going to go up the Tower of Zot. Looks like he's going to try and pet the Flame Dog on the way up. This is a popular play in our flag sets where K-Trap is on, because this dog always seems to be holding something of value when that flag is on. Still killing Cecil, so okay, this is going on still. Dragoon lands, okay.
Hey, if we find that, any sirens lying about, that Dragoon Lance does some work on the Gold Dragons. Korgs, meanwhile, appears to be opening the trap chests in Evelyn Castle, trying to life glitch them as well, trying to get as many levels on this Rosa as possible.
I think there was a sand ruby from the Dwarf Castle. So in case first Rosa wasn't enough, second Rosa is available too, right after that. And Anders finds that we have Ilon and friends in this spot. Hoping for some AoE there. Stardust would be perfect for that. The planner's done with the trap chest now, and see if there's anything good here for Cecil. No, Bahamut orb, which is no bueno today with no Rydia. Just a lot of money. Orgs will head off to the Tower of Zot to do the objectives, because that's one of the rules of this game. Do your objectives, do your freebies. Especially because you never know, Golbez might be here with your objective. We know he's not, but... we don't know that yet, actually. Anders still on Zot 1. I don't think we saw a Crystal Sword in the Treasury, did we?
I don't think we did, and we did open the treasury. I think Flanders did open it up a little bit earlier.
Yeah, because I know we had seen several things there, but I don't remember a Holy Sword being there.
There's another Rosa. So that's what, 4 total Rosas?
That's at least 4 that we've seen.
And we were worried.
We were hoping that Harumph would have rolled us something pretty nasty with Rosa, but nope, Rosa is available early and often in this one. And Rosa, reversing the meme, has tied up Cecil because apparently he's being stubborn.
We don't ask questions about their marriage. That's just what they do. It's okay.
Technically, they're not married yet at this point in the game.
I mean, okay, so their dating life is a little bit spicier than the average person. Cool.
Have you ever taken a date to a giant whale?
There's a your mama joke somewhere in there, but you know what? Let's just focus on the race here.
Is there a spaghetti joke in there somewhere too?
I'm sure there's a spaghetti joke in there, but I'm trying to focus on the race and not individual clubs. Ah,
Oh, there's a whole bunch of clubs.
there are a whole bunch.
Hashtag check out our club list.
Yeah. This is of course the Monday night community race. We have Monday and Friday night community races over at the Free Enterprise Discord, along with we have a lot of clubs this season, and they are diverse and they are widespread and at all sorts of skill levels and all sorts of flavors. So absolutely come join us over on the Discord. This is the season to just kind of dip your toe into Free Enterprise. See if you have fun running it a little bit casually before tournament season starts up. So come on, join us over in the Discord. We don't bite without permission.
I have no idea what crubbing into submission is like, but okay. It was a Vigan at the top of Zot, so now our Golbez. We're still looking for him. Anders pulls a package from the Tower of Zot. Again, this presents a bit of a spicy check because that Golbez could be hiding in that package, but it takes a couple minutes to find out if he's in it.
I have lost a race in the boss hunt tournament, specifically because my opponent checked the package boss and I did not. So I'm a proponent of checking that package boss as often as you can.
When there's a boss on time, yes, totally agree. I think back when I was playing Blue Moon, I tended to check that more often than not. Didn't necessarily pay off every time, but somehow the seeds like to put boss hunts in spots that you don't like check so often. See, Flanders is going to dive into the Fey March now, while all the runners are retracing each other's steps at this point. Dath is finishing up the Baron Inn. Korg's down on the Tower of Zot. And we've got Plumeria. I'm not quite sure where Plumeria is right now. Okay, also Tower of Zot. Camping gear for sale here in the Fey March.
Just a lot of running over each other's steps at this point in time. A couple places that we have not seen checked yet are going to be the lower Tower of Babel, and then of course the sealed cave, which we have the ability to get into. Yeah, we do have the Luca key, but just no one has been brave enough to enter there quite yet.
Technically, only 2 of our 4 runners actually have the Luca key yet. The other 2 have yet to find it. There's also, I think, the possibility of doing the Fey March bosses. They could hold key items. It's just that since there are a whole lot of places or bosses you don't have access to, it's kind of a long slog for only a very thin chance of reward. I don't know where, Laura. I don't call them doing it, but And yes, all the moon's available too. Although, given the moon bosses, I don't want to go there just yet. I did see a plague at one of the Feymark spots,
Plague
which is
is free, right?
it's free. It's just going to take a bit of time, and Flanders is saying doesn't want to invest the time. Flanders get objective 2, Tower of Zod. I believe so. He was up there. Flanders also verifies the seed. Yes, will also give us a peek at the treasury, which we've seen a few times now, but chance of Crystal Sword, you're going to want to do it. You're going to be disappointed. There is no Crystal Sword here. Crystal Sword's actually been hiding out today, so is Excalibur.
I mean, the defense sword is decent for Cecil. You're disappointed because of the opportunity cost of not getting a holy sword, but if it's Kain's best weapon, Cecil can swing it pretty well as well.
This is true. And of course, if we do find the adamant, we can always just simply forge it and get an Excalibur. Super Smith is not on today, so it's not going to play any fun and games. Was putting in a bid for Crystal Sword at the hairdryer chest. We'll probably see that from somebody because it has a lot of experience.
We do have those hourglasses, which sound fantastic as well. Meanwhile, we do have Flanders who at least opened the door to Luca Cave.
This seems like inventory management. In case he resets out, at least the key isn't stuck in the inventory.
Don't have to go through the reset as well. Like, at least checking, and the cutscene's played out, so.
Actually, wait a minute. What am I talking about? He has to do this. It's required.
Yeah, it is required, but it's one of those, check the boss, and if it ends up being overwhelming, you're like, okay. That being said, this is a not often used grind.
It's still a little bit interesting that Cecil is still a Dark Knight here. Flex the Disrupt onto the trap, which will get a nice bunch of levels on this Kain and this Rosa. Turn encounters off.
Oh no! And they're at 1 HP. Okay. I do appreciate opening the doors for grinding. That is not something that is often seen, and that was a really impressive flex there by Flanders.
Flanders is going to take a tent and save down here, so keep that Cecil down. Go left or to go right? Takes the trapdoor here at this location as well. It's another Starveil up and is going to reflect this Destruct back. And
That's a
Rosa,
lot of experience right there.
it gets Rosa through blank, which is important. Let's see, the item here in the sealed cave today is a pan. It opens up a few more checks. Of cave and shield at 2. Which might be holding something we need, we don't know yet. These turn encounters off.
Oh no.
Hopefully Flanders remembered his lesson here. Oh dear.
This sucks. I mean, I don't know if there's any way to go about it. Great experience, though.
Great experience, but this is going to take a lot of time. You're hoping you had some AoE items still left over that can get you through this faster. Odin is Dwarf 2, yes, from the chat. Orc's also on his way down here is going to find the wonderful news of what's waiting for him down here. Yes, this is garbage. I'm not sure if Golf Clap is what I'd be doing here. I might be doing something a little bit different. Especially if I was running it. Plumeria is seeing this wyvern with the venom, and we'll find out that, yep, Berserk does not work here when it's in play. Does throw a Silk Web. Goes up to Rosa. Which means that Rosa now can be Zerked. And we're going to let Rosa do the work here.
Plumeria Knight has a holy sword of some sort.
Might be the Legend Sword, given the damage that came out.
Okay, yeah.
That Cecil ain't doing very much. Oh no, Rosa got hit.
Okay, yeah, Legend Sword.
Yeah. Meanwhile, yeah, that life roulette was getting a little bit behind there with Kain having jumped the previous turn, so Maria's going to leave this behind, come back later if we need to. Flanders and Korgs are both in the midst of this gauntlet fight down here in the sealed cave. And Plumeria is going to make it 3 out of 4 coming down here.
Daith is just finishing up the Earth Crystal, the Tower of Zopto, so does finish that. I get the sense that Korg's fight through this alt gauntlet is going to be slightly faster, just because he's not keeping his Cecil down, and he's relatively healthy and contributing right at the moment.
I'd say that's probably right. We do have a question in chat asking about anchoring on Z, given that we're max party 3 here. I honestly don't know the answer to the question, if it's better to fast anchor or not. I know that when I did it on Friday, I used 28 agility as my base, and that was at least a little bit dicey for me.
This is one of those setups where you go in and you kind of just expect to take some unnerved big bangs. Like, you try to get Rosa up to 2000 HP and hope at that point in time. Like, if Rosa's at 2000 HP, your boys are at very high HP levels, and you're just kind of set moving forward.
We'll have to ask Flanders what's going on here with the Cecil strategy, because this is definitely somewhat unique strategy being played out here.
Yeah, he's trying to keep it so that he'd never waste time going to ordeals, but I think you would have gained plenty of time at this point in time to activate that Cecil and keep him rolling.
Possibly. I mean, it does depend somewhat. He hasn't turned encounters off yet. Come on. If this is memeing, props for that, because that's definitely carrying a meme on for almost an hour and a half, 2 hours, how long this race goes. Dathis did check the package spot, it looks like, and reset out. I was looking for that Rosa still, so that might be why.
Oh, and Korg's forgetting that the bats, yeah, don't take damage from the lightning, unfortunately.
At least they don't counter you too bad for it.
That's true.
I mean, hey, if it was a tricker that got that lightning, it's like, oh boy. Andrew's gonna check out the Dwarf Castle.
You know, I just thought of another strat that you could do on Zero Miss, and I think you'd be pretty successful at it. Drain Venger.
If Kane's high enough HP, yes, that would probably work out just fine. A little
Yeah.
bit long and boring, but it would work.
Yeah, absolutely. You put so the Drain Sword or Drain Spear. Drain Sword gives you -5 agility anyway. Drain Spear gives you -10. But equip that and then swap over to the Avenger weapon. So you Avenger glitch to permanently have the Drain property. So you're swinging and healing yourself up kind of as you're going. So even if your White Mage dies, you're swinging generally for enough to heal up through the big bangs. You know, if you can heal for 700 to 800 a swing, you're set.
The only danger there is if it is Big Bang into rocks or something like that. That's the only real danger you've got. Did not see what that was that the Sylphs had. That looked like a key item. Oh. Ah, that's Mooney. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, at this point in time, you know, we're at 50 minutes into this seed, and I mean, it's a Golbez hunt at this point. We don't even need a way to the moon. No one has really done much up on the moon yet, though. So, not wanting to check the bosses, which at this point would just be a face check. The only key items that we have not done that unlock other boss spots would be a harp and a tower key. I guess we also haven't done top of tower either.
I don't think anybody's peaked it yet, but there's also other rude boss spots that could possibly be hiding this Golbez. We do have the first boss in the hook route. We've got either of the two giant boss locations would be really rude, or it could be buried in the moon somewhere, which wouldn't necessarily be a rude spot. It would just be you probably don't want to check those till last.
And Flanders does find the Twin Heart, by the way. So there's one of those spots that does lock the key items that, you know, we're just clearing out the rest of the blue planet to the point where if Golbez is here, great. Otherwise, if he's hiding up on the moon, you know, we'll face check eventually.
Yeah, now Harp is not a good face check because again, it takes a lot of time to actually get in there. And of course, since Flanders has not done ordeals yet with the boss hunt on, is gonna at least peak this because three bosses here, and at this point, the odds are getting somewhat high that it might be here. But he's gonna find out this is not the play. We got Korgs also going into the Sylph Cave to turn that pan. As Plumeria is coming up after having finished up the sealed cave.
Yep, that's right. Everyone except Dathus is through the sealed cave. Dathus has kind of run his own race. He's done, he did vanilla, I think, first. Has done a few other things that everyone else has not done, but otherwise, they've checked kind of all the other objectives right now.
Yep, and we have 3 out of 4 runners on screen are in a Golbez hunt mode. So at this point, the person with the advantage is going to be the one who tries the crazy location that turns out to pay off. Maria says, let's try the keyless tower play. Excuse me again. Ooh. Interesting question. If Landers finds out that this mirror room is not Golbez, does he reset out? This is only a legend sword. It's not going to help anywhere else. And the Mary Knight shows us that we need to have the other blue robe sitting here at the top of the tower, and decides to say, nope, not even try it for the key item.
Yeah, at this point in time, all of our runners except Dathus are in face check mode. So it's where are you, Golbez, or wherefore art thou, Golbez? And I know the actual translation of wherefore is why, so I asked why are you, Golbez, but that's beside the point.
Golbez asks why all the time, so I mean, you're not covering any ground here. And we've never answered Golbez in all these seeds. He just asks why, and everyone just basically says, yeah, I will ponder that somewhere else. Plumeria has decided that the moon is the place to face check at this point. Pretty logical play. There are 6 boss checks up here, and he's running out of boss checks.
Not to mention, Golbez is not horrible in these flag sets. I mean, normally he kills you down to 2 party members. When you only have 3, it makes it pretty reasonable.
And in Flanders' case, since he has one of the 3 dead, basically the whole seed, he's not going to have that problem. The only place you wouldn't like to see him really is Sealed Cave, because it's very, very fast there. But it's not there. Flanders is trying the low percentage play of going to this harp. So guess what, chat? We're going to give you a play of one of the wonderful harp tunes that has been created for us by... but most of them are created by... Name is escaping me. Help. Thank you. I was going to a different name, and it's like, that's not right. So, Plumeria is going to dive Lunar Subterrane, and looks like Korgs is also going to give us a check of this harp spots. We're going to provide music and a reprise. But in the meantime, we will shut up for a little bit and let you hear the awesome music.
Got a little bit of a double dose there, didn't we?
Yeah, we cut actually from one right into the other one. That was very good there, Harumph.
Hey, Plumerian Knight finds our first holy sword from the D-Lunars there. That's value right there.
Yes, value, but not the boss you wanted to see, for sure. Speaking of value, even though that harp turned out to not have Golbez, it did have the pass, which will save time for Flanders and for Cords. So if our other runners don't check the pass location, they are walking down the lunar subterranean tonight. I don't think anybody cleared the Odin yet, so I don't think we know it's there, but it really can't be required unless it's exactly the tower key at this point, or the rat tail into the tower key. Well, Maria's going to go down now, check out the lower part of the LST. Is really hoping to find Golbez down here somewhere. Flanders is going to take... Nope. Not going to take on that wyvern. Just seeing what was there.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting seed by the end of when everything is done. 4 out of the 5 objectives have been available to us from the word go. You know, we were talking at the 20-minute mark about how we had access to just about everything. Just need levels and need to finish this up. We're now at an hour and still hunting for that Golbez. I mean, and it still could be buried somewhere.
Yep, and with every check that we do, we're getting closer to, hey, Golbez is on the giant. And yes, Tower Key would also be interesting because that is the only boss location we don't have access to right now. It would be amazing if it was exactly this top of tower boss, because I believe Plumeria reset out of this without actually seeing what it gave.
Worth noting that there's no sirens, so we cannot easily find a grind. Plumeria Knight is at about level 40, so starting to approach the levels at which you're feeling more comfortable for Zeromus, but still not great. Oh, no.
Finds Maga Sisters, that is a nope there. Especially, I don't think we have any rune axes that we found in this party yet, so let's go next door and see what there is here at the Ribbon Room. Also not cute, a nope noodle.
I mean, that wasn't a horrible nope noodle. It was like, you know, great value nope noodle, I think.
Are you saying this is a generic thing in the store?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, picture contest. If you see a bunch of nope noodles in the store, please take a picture and throw it in our Discord.
We're gonna have pretty soon. We're gonna have someone showing the Maruchan ramen with Ogo Pogo all over it, and then the great value ramen right next to it with Leviathan all over it. Someone do that, please.
Flumeria found there was an Elements at the Mazamune altar, and says no. Check the Crystal Sword altar. That is the last place on the moon to find this Golbez. That vision appears to be whatever you were eating in college, right?
Oh, I knew better than to eat that in college. All that sodium? Please, I'd like to live to see, 40. Oh, here we go.
I've already hit 40, so I've made it. Woohoo!
That being said, we have ourselves a Golbez. Top of tower was Water Hag, Joker Mage.
I seem to recall the Golbez at the Crystal Sword altar in another recent seed too, so it may just be seed bleed, but it seems to be a popular location for him to show up. Also very unfortunate, we were one boss away from having to go someplace really, really spicy to find this guy.
Death tax. Yeah, well, not just size. Any status condition will prevent the hold from taking place. So it could be size, it could be piggy, it could be frog. I don't recommend frog. Venom, if you can get a venom cast off from one of your black mages, will do it as well. So if you know where Golbez is and you can get some sort of status condition rolling, you're set.
Yes, now in this case we don't have any black mages, so size is about the only thing available to us from the menu screen. I don't think that this has done the full defense yet. Maybe saving it until he gets the pan? Try to single dip the wool, it saves a little bit of time.
Trying to get Kain up to get a little bit of experience, but so far, Golbez is showing that fantastic board face AI.
Is it really Golbez if it's the AI doing it? Down it goes again.
Yep, every time. Like clockwork.
If Lemuria feels good with his levels at this point, I think he would go right for Z. I mean, this is right there at the Ribbon Room altar, so I mean, right by the save point. And we lose Cecil at this point. Golbez does his best impression of a Shakespearean play, and we'll leave.
So at this point, Plumeria has the crystal, is just looking for some additional levels. Cords is up here opening trap chests and says, yeah, this behemoth sounds like a great idea.
As 10 key items, this will be double the experience, so this is a good grind option.
Yeah, the interesting thing about these behemoths that makes them so difficult is that they just have a counter script to everything. I don't think they actually swing free.
They do. It's rare because they have very low agility, but they will occasionally swing. Meanwhile, on Dath's side, he did give us a peek that was in the Hook 1 spot. It was Kainazo. We already knew it wasn't Golbez, but we didn't know what it was before now. Is the Ribbon Room boss nasty? I don't know what it was.
Death tax, yeah. Crossing
Oh yeah,
10
it was the noodle.
Yeah, it was the noodle. The 10 key items just doubles all the experience for every encounter in the game. So, yeah, eggs go up to 68k, you know. It effectively has whatever grind you're at if you've done that much shopping around.
Anders is going to check the package spot. Yeah, this Leviathan really won't be that bad. I mean, I don't think the Ice 2s are going to hurt very much here, and the waves, it's only 25%. Rosa can heal you through it.
Unless Rosa's hurt, at which point, you know.
Well, you only live once, so, you know. Let's go. Yes, package is fun because it's a DKC into a DKC.
Certainly a lot of damage being pumped out here by Plumeria.
That's Rosa is still wearing the heroine robe, so apparently this is fast anchoring because she's in slot 1 here. This might be. I mean, it's 4 levels to Rosa. I mean, the only difference is if Plumeria wanted white, you have to level a little bit further. Oh, and there's the rat tail and the tower key. They were both sitting here.
And time to get everyone set up for Z, which is nice. I mean, we have a life staff, we have a sorcerer robe, so 2,000 HP for Rosa. Everyone else is set up pretty well. It's just a matter of, okay, Cecil is going to be our anchor.
And I think there should be some apples, I think, in Plumeria's inventory. This would be a good time to use them.
Oh, and yeah, I got to get that crystal armor off. The crystal armor is kind of an interesting thing for most of the game. I mean, it's the best armor in the game in terms of the highest defense outside of the adamant armor. But it also prevents the berserk status. So berserk is really, really strong.
You know, I played this game vanilla way back in the day. I never even thought about using the berserk spell. It's not like we had all these lovely guides on it to tell you all of the best plays to do.
Right? You know, the point of the game was to play the game and control the characters. Doing something that took away control of the characters seemed like it was against the concept of the game.
Anders is trying the giant, anything but the moon apparently in this case. Find Sparkle here at the first spot.
Oh, I think this has to be Ogo.
It is, and that is a go. Oh, Ogo and Golbez would have been such fun, though, if they decided to go there.
I'm like, I had to do some mental math. It's like, okay, I think we've seen literally everything else but Ogo. Oh, no.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Plumeria is now in front of Z, so there's a question we'd like to ask around this time, Vitasia, even though we haven't seen any flags compass to this yet. Obviously, Z is something we don't move around. We don't randomize his location because anywhere else he'd just be kind of rude. So there's a question we'd like to ask, and I'll let you do it this time around.
Oh, I thank you. I want to clear my throat for this one. Got to get the gravel going. Whose butt are we gonna kick tonight? Also, all the other questions that go along with it, like, is the butt cute? Does the butt wear a hat? Is the hat cute? Can the butt do my taxes? Is that a Volcarona?
I would say this is probably in the not cute category.
Yeah, this is not cute. No.
And yes, I could kind of imagine an IRS agent could look like this, so as far as taxes go.
Looks similar to my last audit, so.
Not even going to ask. I've been through sales tax audits. They are somewhat akin to getting a colonoscopy.
Yeah, that was a fast big bang. We did happen to get a silk web off, but yeah, Plumeria is resetting because that was fast. I'm wondering, Cecil at 45 agility, or at level 45, he's got, oh, I think he's at a bad agility.
That might be 27, possibly. We have to see what his stats look like.
Oh, he's at 28?
Let's see. 20. Okay, 28. Is he on battle speed 1? Maybe is that the problem?
Yeah, he's on battle speed 1, but he's at 28. Going up to 43, I think, is not the way to go, though.
Well, it is one right over the 42 number, so that might not be too bad.
Yeah, this is why whenever people talk about agility just being black magic in Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise, this is what they reference. It's, who do you want your center slot to be? What his agility is supposed to be? What's ideal for Zeromus? At some point, I don't know.
I think we all agree that 27 is terrible.
27 is terrible, terrible. But I also know that there's a ninja hat out there, so if we were at 27, I'd much rather be at like 30 than 27.
Yeah, you'd rather be almost at 0 than 27, although I don't think 0 is very optimal either.
Meanwhile, Flanders has opted to also go to the Giant and says, yeah, that Ogopogo sounds like a fantastic idea with 2 party members, because his Cecil is still down.
Meanwhile, Plumeria is going to try a second attempt on this Zeromus. And the silk web is too early this time.
Web, that's not good.
We'll get it off this time. It's an unlucky roll in that Kain.
Cecil is already zerked up, so it's just a matter of Bacchusing Kain and then getting a Cure 4 off on Rosa. So I think we're actually set.
Yep, although Z is already shaken again, so even though he's going to get this off, it's still a fast Z. And we find that Val is the other boss here on the Giant. Looks like Sanders is going to take it for the experience, because this will give a lot of experience here.
Ooh, yeah, that's an assassin dagger on that Kain instead of one of his more powerful weapons, trying to manipulate the agility. Uh, Hopefully we can get a weapon swap here because of the black hole.
Plumeria's realized it, is looking for the defense sword, looks like, and is going to Rezerk.
Yeah, Cords is also ready for Z, has everything down, but is going to swag fly over, does have that pass, and says, there's no reason to stay down here. We're going to be nice and comfy on the blue planet to start.
Yep, so in the event that Plumeria has any sort of shenanigans happen on this fight, it gives Korgs a chance to basically move in from behind and take it, possibly. The Big Bang Rosa did survive it, so onward we go.
We do see Korgs did slow it to battle speed 3 and does have Cecil in that center slot. So I think Korgs is going to have at least a little bit easier time. Although Plumeria Knight is certainly set up and is successful right now. I think just a matter of not getting Wombo comboed here at the end.
Or not having Rosa drop from this Big Bang, because it's going to be unnerved. So, I mean, it is a possibility with her HP this could go sideways. Nope, she survived. Good.
Not quite sure. I think Korgs was at level 51, and I don't know if he had any agility manipulation gear. So likely over 28. I think that's like closer
Probably
to
about
30.
Probably 30, 31, I think.
But his Rosa is also significantly healthier, so would be able to survive an unnerfed Big Bang. More likely. That Rosa just took a counter nuke to the face as well, so gotta focus on getting a heal up here.
I think that was just the regular, not a counter nuke.
Oh, just a regular nuke? Okay.
If she does heal up. We have rocks on Plumeria's side, so this should be a GG for Plumeria.
Crash,
And
boom, bang. There we go. GG's to Plumeria Knight. Does finish in first place in the community race, so GG's to Plumeria Knight.
Or see, it looked like it was going to be a jet. 121 is not exactly a jetty time for the first place.
You know, when you're dealing with only 3 characters, it's still not bad. It's still pretty quick. And we are now joined by Plumeria Knight. GG's on that win.
Thank you. Whoa, what was that seed?
Yeah, it felt like you had everything thrown at you pretty quickly from the beginning, and now it's just find Golbez and find levels. Good luck.
Yeah, honestly, I was just looking for levels before I went to the moon, and everything just kind of fell into my lap there.
So I noticed that if the moon hadn't paid off for you, where would you have gone next after that? Just out of curiosity.
I think I would have gone key item hunting. I maybe would have checked the element spot, but I don't think I'd have, unless it was super free, probably wouldn't have gone for the CPU spot.
It was about the opposite of super free. There was a nope noodle sitting in the element spot.
Oh, yeah. Not doing that with my anchor situation. I mean, I think Rosa could keep up with it, but it would not be fun.
At least one of the runners did actually go through it, but yeah, that did not look like it was a fun time.
I can imagine.
But it would definitely have been fun to see Golbez behind that. But Crystal Sword Altar seems to be one of his favorite hiding spots in the moon.
It does.
All right, so yeah, what do you think of these flag sets so far? The party size of 3, the Kain Redemption Tour as it was.
It's pretty fun. The Force Magma kind of makes it a little bit smoother, I think. It could be tougher. And then, I don't know, it's really a balancing act between, how useful do you want Kain or Cecil to be and still be able to anchor some of these fights properly, especially with only 3 people who are all almost the same speed. It's pretty tricky to navigate that.
Yeah, we definitely saw that in your first Z attempt, where it looked like the agility was a little bit wonky on that one.
Yeah, I tried to anchor with Cecil. I thought Kain would be fast enough to help kind of buffer, but Z was only RA4 with that Silk Web, so I switched the anchoring situation around. Kain was the anchor, got Z down to RA6, that made it a lot easier. But, the Z fight, Rosa was pretty safe there, so it wasn't too bad. As long as I had the initial setup, I think I was pretty safe.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that would have been possibly a threat is either an unnerfed Big Bang that rolled very, very high on Rosa, or counter nuke, or sorry, not counter, a nuke into a Big Bang or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. But I was really proud of my alt gauntlet fight. I think I nailed that pretty well.
Yeah, luckily it was pretty smooth. It's really not a fun place to see it down there, especially since it's required and you really can't nope out of it.
There's really no other way out of it, yeah.
Yeah, and, AoE, not unless you had a whole lot of J items, you would manage to stow up somehow.
Yeah, and even then, the Stardust didn't really kill the vampire bats, and Cecil couldn't quite kill all the vampire bats with a blizzard that I used, so it was still a bit tricky.
Yeah, definitely, but as long as you had some levels, it looked like it was really smooth going.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions, Vatasia?
No, I was just going to say just one more GG's to you, Plumeri Knight. Any other last-minute last thoughts on the scene?
No, GG to everybody else, and thanks for the restream.
All right, GG, and thanks for running our community race.
Of course, at the same time, Plumeri finishes. Korgs does finish as well, so second in the community race as well. GG's to him. Meanwhile, we have Stupid Sexy Flanders still committed to the bit, even when he finds an X-Scout and says, "No, we're set." It's going to be the dynamic duo for Z at this point in time.
At this point, having reset out of ordeals, there was no way that Cecil was ever getting to be a paladin in this one. At this point, you might as well just leave him down on the floor. It's definitely an interesting play, not one I would have thought of doing, but props for the dedication to it. And that ding in the ear says that we're joined by Korgs, our second place finisher on Restream. Don't have a final time on that yet, but GG.
Thank you, Garen. What's up? Hello, Garen, Batasia. How's everyone doing?
We're doing awesome. So how did you find that seed tonight?
I guess I'm more scared of the lightning abilities of vampires now.
I saw that when you use the lit bulb. It's like, oh wait, this doesn't sweep.
Yeah, in the back of my mind when I threw it, I was thinking this isn't going to do anything, but I was even referring to just how how big the magic of the I think the vamp ladies or whatever they're called there. Their lit twos were just like doing 600 to 700 damage.
Yeah, that's a very spicy spot to see the gauntlet without any real AoE capabilities and only the characters on this team. So yeah.
Yeah, but otherwise, I just because I played the last two community races with this flag set, and I just took some extra grind at the end. And I guess I'm glad I did it because one of those big bangs hit Rosa for 2100, so I'm glad I got her a little bit over that mark.
Yeah, definitely. A very badly high rolled big bag can really ruin the day if Rose is close to the threshold there of going over.
Yeah, but otherwise it seemed pretty straightforward. I wanted to get, my early game was hunting Rose. I kept putting off going underground, which might have cost me there, but I was kind of excited to find the Vanilla Demus leading to a hook, another character check, and I was going to feel real bad if I walked all the way down there to the hook character, and that was another Cecil or Kain, so I was at least happy it was a Rosa. I could walk out, keep the stuff I bought, and then my goal was to get some levels on her, get her to Berserk, and then kind of start doing all the objectives.
Although as it turned out, Rosa was in a lot of places on the overworld pretty early, so it's like not everyone found her at the same spot. Pretty much everybody had her, I think, by about 30 minutes in. And that was just a very long Golbez hunt. It's like, where is the funny man tonight?
Yeah, and I did the kind of slightly off play of going to the middle first with the Crystal Sword. My thinking there was to do something slightly different, not go for the density, but I knew I was going to be taking more traps, and I wanted that save spot there. And I was hoping, and I was glad to find that there was a vanilla behemoth trap near that was also happened to be trapped tonight. So, and then I was just happy that I was able to skip the other LST spots.
Yeah, that definitely worked out to lower your time a little bit. I know Plumeria, the one who finished in first place, did end up face checking all 6 spots in the moon, so definitely saved time there compared to Plumeria's path.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching back and see where he saved those 4 minutes over me. I might have done too much early traps or something, or I'll have to take a look.
And you'll notice when you watch it back, there's also something funny going on from one of the runners too. So, not to spoil
Say
it
that
too
again.
much. There's something funny going on with one of the runners too when you watch it back.
Yeah, I don't know if you discussed what some of the runners had a funny idea in the race room, and I definitely played the role of party pooper and did not go along with whatever they were going along with. So I'm not sure if that's what you're referring to, but I'll have to check it out.
I was not actually in the race room, so I don't even know what the conversation is, but it's possible.
Did it involve the big chocobo?
No.
Oh no.
Okay.
Anyways, just before I let you go, what are your thoughts on this flag set? Max Party 3, just these 3 characters? A bit of a different change of pace from what our race flags normally look like.
Yeah, for sure. What was that tournament where we had the Max 4? Was that Admin Cup? Can't remember which one that was.
It seems like an Admin Cup.
Yeah, I don't remember certainly, but yeah, when you're limited to 3, it's nice that the 3 happen to be 3 of the better characters. You know, your best healer and your best damage dealer, and the hero of the storyline tonight with the Kain. It's always good to have a change of pace on these flags, especially with the community races. So I'm happy when I see something unique. Early on, when I was playing for Enterprise, one of the first community races that I did really well in happened to be, it was all Kain. It was just a party of 5 Kains by the end of it. And so yeah, it's fun to play flag sets competitively that probably wouldn't make it into one of the main tournaments.
Yeah, it's true. We definitely see some creative seeds get thrown into these community races, which I know we have a suggestion box open if someone as an idea for a community race they would like everybody to run through. So, you know, you have an idea percolating, feel free to toss it in.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing what the rest of the community comes up with. Thanks to everyone involved in the restream tonight, everyone watching, and everyone in the community at large. I'm going to let you guys go and enjoy the rest of the race.
All right. Well, GG again. Thank you for participating tonight, and we'll see you next time.
Meanwhile, we have Landers here, getting ready to set up the crystal. We have a fantastic agility setup, as you know, compared to Plumeria Knight and Corks, who had to do a little bit of manipulation around. A level 10 Cecil as your agility anchor, that you're committed to that's his only role. Yeah, that's going to work out pretty well.
Now, question: is he going to be committed to actually knocking the Cecil down himself, or letting Zero Mist do the dirty work?
Oh, that's still a very fast shake.
Oh boy.
At least the counter nuke hit the right target.
Earl of Flanders will now be played by Archdemus.
Oh, and yeah, he's using Drain Venger's strats.
Well, this is going to be here a while, folks.
Yeah, the trick is getting ready for the, here's the Big Bang, and it's certainly going to set it up, but there's going to be a black hole.
Yeah, Fortune does not have the Avenger, it looks like, right?
Correct. At least I didn't see an Avenger. Oh, well, maybe.
Based on that 400-ish damage, I would say no.
And there being no wall waiting there. Okay. Okay, Flanders.
And the shake is already out, so this is going a little bit oof. Andrew says we're going to reset this and try again.
I appreciate the approach. I really do. I got a little bit greedy, though.
I'm just curious what Cecil's actual agility is that's causing these sorts of issues. Well, Battle Speed 1 would also cause the issue, too.
Yep, that's a major issue right there. We have the Cursed Ring on a level 10 Dark Knight Cecil. He has 0 agility.
He actually has 1. I saw
One,
the screen there. Yeah.
Okay.
The Curse Ring was on the first time, but Battle Speed 1, that's always going to be kind of a rough time. So Flanders is going to take it back again and give it a try. We'll see this time if Rosa decides to help with the whites or just simply decides to stay back and play Chemist support. Athos has the Golbez down. We'll get his crystal. He'll be on his way to join Flanders on the Zero Mess.
So, 5th objective. Interesting. Do you exit out? Yep, exiting out. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, Dathis has the pass, as did all of our runners on stream, except for Plumeria. It is faster, unless you're like right at the ribbon room, to exit out, go back to Troya, and just take the pass from there. And of course, if you have any trouble on Z, which it's only 3 characters, as we've seen, Z has been very rude in a lot of cases tonight. It's a faster reset too.
There's another fantastic counter nuke target there for Flanders. He's just full of counter nuke greatness.
Now that looks like Kain does not have the Drain Spear on right now. Rose is reflecting off of her, so that's okay. Kain's just inputting fight commands.
Oh, looks like he's just going for reflect strats at this point in time. Just slowing everything down and letting reflected whites do most of the damage. Wanted to get at least one swing in order to do it. So this is kind of clever. It's going to take us a little bit of time, and maybe Kain falls here.
Nope, he'll survive it.
Wow.
Of course, the problem with this strategy is it's going to take, in this case, several Cure 3s to get everybody back up. There's that black hole.
Oh
No,
no.
no! You don't have a star veil up. Oh.
Okay, so okay.
Okay, all right. He's okay. There's a delay on this one, thankfully, unlike Nuke. Meanwhile, Dathus is also entering the Z fight. This is hitting for about 7,000 to 9,000 on most of these white hits. That would mean about 6 to 8, probably. Good.
There, but oh
Ooh.
man, that was a high roll. Ooh.
Yeah, the Cure 3 was used on the dead Rosas. That didn't help. Iris is reflected. That's at least helpful.
Yeah, we're not in a very good place right now.
Yeah, especially only having 2 characters up, it tends to make this even dicier than if you had 3.
At this point, he's abandoning reflect strats and say, okay, we're just going to Bacchus our way through.
With the Drain Spear, I believe, so okay. Oh, no, we're actually with the White Spear. Okay, never mind. Of course, the problem is you need Rosa to survive the Big Bang, and it's like, that already was a problem one time around for him, so let's hope that this doesn't happen for him. Oh, Rosa survives.
Plenty of Bacchus wines. Now it's just a matter of keeping the Bacchus flowing, getting Kain really drunk and keep swinging. Meanwhile, Dathus, oh, that's a bad Big Bang at that point.
Ugh. Well, Rosa is still alive. Life 2 is going to take a little bit of time. It has a delay on that one. But at least it will get Cecil up with... I'm sorry, Kain up with all the HP. There is an elixir. It's going to go on the Rosa.
Now the Drain Spear is coming out, and there's the nuke.
Oh
The nuke
dear.
of you're not doing enough damage. Oh, and Dathis goes down.
Yeah, that virus right after Big Bang. Ugh. So this is an agility 5 there with the curse ring and some other stuff that's lowering his agility, so.
And at this point, Kain can keep himself healthy.
He's gonna start a health and fitness program. Maybe it's the Kain diet.
In this case, the Kain diet would be swinging a sword so heavy it slows you down and drains the life force from your enemies. I don't know if that is a viable alternative to yoga.
It seems like it's calorie free.
All right, so Dathis round 2. Meanwhile, Flanders is okay. There's another hurry up and hit me harder nuke.
We don't want to tempt C with that because it hasn't gone well so far.
Yeah, it always, stop and think about it. I didn't realize how much, Zero Mist really enjoys pain because after a while he's like, "Come on, hit me harder." Viruses and nukes if you're not hitting him hard enough. I mean, come on.
That was a fairly low roll Big Bang, so that's good for Flanders. Kain just says, I don't really care about your Big Bangs because I have a Drain Spear.
Is that a spear or a sword? Because it looks like a sword.
Honestly, I don't know. Probably not 100 times because Rose did have some whites go off early on. Maybe this will be only maybe 50 times, hopefully, for him.
Meanwhile, Dathis seems to be set up reasonably well. Also running Drain Sword strats on Cecil. Otherwise has Defense Sword on Kain.
Even though Flanders started this fight several minutes sooner than Dathis, Dathis might be able to catch up because he has 3 contributors to this thing, and, Dathis only really has 1. Flanders. Ugh. Oh, we do see rocks, though. Flanders is almost at the end. This should be safe for him now because I don't think those rocks will be able to take out Kain before Kain can life up.
Oh, we are getting double Zerks out of Flanders, so the memeing continues.
Yeah, we will see some more rocks. We got a third set of rocks. And there's the crack in the boom. GG to Flanders.
GG Flanders does finish with a time of 1:48.53, good enough for fourth in the community race. But GG's Flanders.
And as we wait for Flanders to come on in, Dathis is still he's gotten to the rock stage now too, so it should be GG for Dathis coming up very shortly.
Meanwhile, Dathis does have Rock's Fall as well, so this is about over for him.
Yep, this is GG for Dathis. Hello, Dathis. Oh, I'm sorry, Flanders. There's a little bit of
A little bit of what?
Static.
static. There you go.
On my end?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, give me 2 seconds.
Either way, GG is while we're waiting for everyone. GG's to all of our runners, the Merry Knight Korg, Stupid Sexy Flanders, and Dathis. Big shout out to, of course, everyone behind the scenes. My co-commentator Garen, our wonderful tracker Aaron Lore, and of course, we have Harump who doing the restream and rolling up the seed. So, great shout out to everyone doing all the work behind the scenes. One more reminder, of course, we're going to have the Salty Run Back. The Friday community race is going to be the same flag sets. It's going to be on Friday at 10 o'clock Eastern Time. So be on the lookout for that. We're doing these flags one more time. If you want to get some of the awesome threesome party going together with Kain, Cecil, and Rosa.
Yep. After that goes back in the vault, not to be released for another 5 years. And we are joined by Dathis. GG.
GG's.
What did you think of this lovely little seed here?
I think that I should have gone to Evelyn a little bit sooner for the build an archer and build a dragoon that I was looking for.
Uh, yeah, it
As-
might have helped. Some of that stuff was elsewhere in the seed too.
Yeah, everything else was in other spots too. But when I finally go and find, oh hey, look, there's Adamant. When I finally go and wander through, it's like, oh hey, here's a dragoon spear that you're looking for. Here's a defense sword. I'm like, oh, heroin robe for Rosa too, and just it was just everything you could have wanted in Avalon. I'm like, all right, but aside from that, was very kind. Vampires very early on carried through most of the fights till I found the defense sword underground, and Rosa slinging arrows when she finally found that Artemis bow. Disappointed Treasury was a 6 out of 10, only missing an Avenger to be perfect.
Well,
I
that
saw-
or possibly a holy sword, because it took a long time for runners to find either Excal or any better.
Well, Crystal Sword being in Eblin, right? Yeah, I was kind of saying this in race spoilers. We got a Zeus Gauntlet really early. I forget where I got it from looting. With the Zeus Gauntlet and any weapon for Kain, you could have absolutely cleared the entirety of Eblin, and you would have gotten yourself a Crystal Sword before you can get a Paladin Cecil, to be honest. But I left mine in the treasure chest, so it's all good. Aside from that, it did give you enough where you could let Kain shine as is intended with these flag sets. That one I guarantee I know there's going to be a question, the reset back to Baron while I was up on the moon. I was wandering through the LST and I'm like, I haven't checked Baron Basement, have I? Well, let's get that out of the way before I start panicking.
Okay, as it turned out, that was not actually required.
No, absolutely not. I saw Sparkle and I'm like, okay, good. Fear's abated. Back to and the whole like Golbez was like, I was waiting right here, man. You could have just walked here first.
Yeah, Golbez was hiding at the Crystal Sword altar, which is one of his favorite spots in the moon, it seems, these days.
Yeah, I found him there a lot, and I'm very happy with that. Sheila, as I was going and seeing it now in the spoiler, I'll get into the Sheila check. It's a spoon in the French vanilla spot, but I was thinking when I went to go turn of the pan, the only thing I don't reset out of is a boss gating key item and Twin Harp. Like, okay, that pass. Like, well, I can walk this out.
Yeah, and we had several people do the Twin Harp.
Really?
Unfortunately, the Twin Harp only gave a pass tonight, but
Yeah, that's what I said. Happy with the pass.
yeah.
I was a little disappointed that there wasn't a package Golbez. That was what I was hoping for, because nobody would have found that until the end. Because everyone.
No, actually, I think 3 out of 4 checked it on stream.
Oh my word! What is this? People are showing metas, and I'm happy the fact that Flanders decided he wanted to join me in the no Crystal Sword Cecil. Very happy with that.
He took it to an extreme, if you didn't notice, Dathis.
I have not noticed. What did he do? Did he even give him any XP?
He kept Cecil down the whole time. Only checked ordeals and then reset out of it.
I thought about it, but I'm like, I could use Cecil as a paladin for some. I put Cecil as a paladin so he could at least equip the cursed ring that I found.
Actually, DKC can equip the curse ring. We found that out on Flanders' stream, but DKC was 200 HP the whole way through and on the floor almost the entire time.
You know what? I don't blame him. I'm glad he went to that extra. What a gentleman's agreement, and that's where a lot of the fun of these flags are, because this is supposed to be Kain's show. This is a pretty good seed to kind of showcase that. Very early Gungnir, Drain Spear, or not Drain Spear, Defense Sword, all the other spears you could really want. I think a pair of Dragoons, a Holy Lance, so it's like he had the gamut of weapons, so yeah, this was that one where it's like, Cecil, you can take a nap. Kane's got the heavy lifting.
It does make for a very interesting Z fight on Flanders' part, so yeah, make sure you go back and take a look at that.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna have to. Yeah, I think my Z fight botched a little bit by having Rosa with the Artie bow before going in, but aside from that, swap it out, play a little safer, and everything was perfectly fine. Still want I was waiting for the Avenger for Drain Venger to just sit back and AFK during the fight, but sadly it did not come no matter how much I tried to check out their trap chests.
I tried calling it. I really tried to bless the seed with commentator's blessing there, but
Yep.
sadly, Avengers just weren't available.
That we saw. I mean, I wonder. It's like I wonder if it's on the moon somewhere else. But no. I saw. I took the. That's the only reason why I took the Dark Elf fight. I'm like, maybe an Avenger. Let me hope. Let me dream.
It's probably in one of the untrapped chests somewhere, like on the hook rod or something like that. Nobody checked.
Yeah, I went there hoping for Rosa, and I'm like, I could check. And the only chest that I checked there, by the way, where the vanilla trap chest is, getting me that dwarf axe was pretty chef's kiss. I was very happy with finding that, so I could like, okay, everybody in the back row, nobody needs to be up front. Yeah, maybe it's there. I'll go look for my own curiosity's sake.
I think it was definitely a very fun seed, and
Oh, yeah.
do you have any final thoughts on the way the flag set works out, or the overall objectives of this one?
Overall, I think the theme is like just about there. I was discussing this with on Friday when I was restreaming it, and like afterwards we're talking, and I think if we had gotten rid of Cecil and made it so that it was Yang, Rosa, Edward, and Kain as your characters, and then you choose the max party 3. At that point, you can kind of like, or even like Sid in Aspect. It's still Sid's redemption. Sorry, still Kane's redemption tour. It's just you don't have the power of Cecil to rely on because, like, yeah, Cecil's kind of there for him to apologize to, but it's like he attacked Fabul, like led the attack on Fabul. He kind of betrayed Baron in betraying Kain, betraying Cecil. So kind of that helps with Sid. He went up against both Yang and Edward, so it's like that's kind of like, okay, the ones he directly betrayed.
You could also put Riddy in there if you want to, I suppose.
Could, but then it becomes the point of, like, we even saw the Bahamut Orb here, like, that then becomes the Riddia show as opposed to the Kain. Again, it's if you want Kain to be the spotlight, you want Kain to be Burr, essentially. So, but no, aside from that, I think these flag sets are fairly well crafted, actually.
All right. Well, if you want to do the Kain Redemption Tour Type 2, I guess, you can always throw in your suggestions for modifying. We could always run it again sometime later. Who knows?
We'll see. But Fernando, thank you very much, you guys, Gurren and Vatasia, for commentating. I'm going to be listening back and checking that out. I'm very excited. Arlenor, thank you very much for trekking. You're a rock star. And Harumph, where is my Avenger? Unhappy. Want a refund. Aside from that, chat, y'all are super cute. Have a good night.
Good night. GG. Refund machine's still broken. And we are joined by Flanders. GG.
Hello, GG. Well, I guess, yeah, I don't know why I said that actually, but hey.
I mean, you're the ones who entertained us, so especially with the keeping Cecil down the entire time.
Yes. That was fun.
Did you want to explain a little bit more about why that came to be?
I think the last time I did the community race, one of the questions I got asked was like, what do you think of the flags? And I openly said in that one, I like them, but I really wish there was a way to get rid of the crystal sword, because I felt like it was doing a lot of, like, it does too much work for my liking, because I like to make things harder on myself. And so I wasn't sure. at first, if Dathis was joking, I was like, no, seriously, I will make a human agreement to go and do the thing without, using the crystal swords or any holy swords. And it eventually became, well, let's just anchor Cecil. And I guess it looks like I took that very literally, which is fine.
Yeah, definitely more literally than Dathis did. I mean, Dathis didn't use the crystal sword, but he had a Paladin Cecil going there, so I mean,
Yeah.
You definitely were a little bit slowed down at times by only having 2 characters participating in the whole seed, but hey, I mean, you finished with a good time, I think, compared to some of the other racers by only having one hand tied behind your back, basically.
Yeah, and that was, so, yeah, when we talked about anchoring, I wasn't, like I said, I took it very literally. I was like, okay, we're just going to do one character, and I really, a lot of rerouting happened that probably wouldn't have normally happened, and I was very happy to see Baron Key and Edge's parents, because I was like, oh, that's free experience. Great. If I get some good equipment, I might be able to get Baron out of the way immediately, which was kind of nice.
Yeah, I think you did, actually. You were the first one to go through Baron, I think, on stream, and it wasn't necessarily the best reward you were hoping for. I mean, if you had an early Rosa and it's even hard to find, that could have really paid off.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, okay, I'll do this for the Rosa. I think it ended up being, if I'm remembering correctly, I think it was Luca Key that was there. So I felt pretty validated by that. I was like, okay, well, I got one of my items that I eventually need for an objective, so that's kind of neat. And for people who might fade Baron until the end, especially if they do find a Rosa in another location, like, okay, that worked out.
Yeah, as it turned out, we saw a lot of Rosas on the early game, so he was in a lot of places tonight.
Yes.
Well, I mean, other than that, do you have any final wrap-up thoughts about the flag set or the race as a whole?
I enjoyed it. I always enjoy a good community race or a good tourney race, and being able to kind of do that with Dathis in terms of just like, hey, let's both agree to not use this character and see what we can do on the fly with that was really fun. I enjoyed that immensely. Always happy to be part of this community and to race and all that, and hopefully I didn't do myself too much of a disservice here tonight.
No disservice, all entertainment.
All
But
right, well,
GG's one last time.
yeah, GG's.
Thank you.
All right. Go ahead.
Well, that wraps it up for tonight's community race. Again, GG's to all of our racers, to Aaron Lore for doing the tracking, Trump for rolling this wonderful seed that we had tonight, and again to Vitasia for joining me on comms. It's always a fun time. We'll have to do this again sometime soon.
Absolutely. Always a pleasure working with you, man.
And meanwhile, for the rest of us, we are going to be rating, it looks like, Games Done Quick for the Express Lane, hosted by one of our other members of the community, Asuka. So, also just a reminder, Asuka's Pink Puff League is starting this Thursday at 8 p.m. with its first restreamed race. So please do join us also for that. And other than that, again, have a great night, and we'll see you next time.